Global Maritime Studios, the evening news.
Good evening. This is a special online edition of the Global Maritime's Evening News. Well, deaths related to prescription drug abuse have been making headlines for the past few years in Nova Scotia, and this last week was no exception. A methadone overdose claimed the life of a 20-year-old woman. Now that woman's young cousin is taking it upon himself to shed light on the drug problem in the Annapolis Valley and spare heartbreak for another family. Global's Natasha Pace has that story.
It's been a difficult week for Eric Schofield. The 16-year-old lost his cousin, Katana McDonald, to a methadone overdose Monday.
She was into kind of some drugs, but she was a really good person. She tried to help everybody out, and she was always there for anybody if they needed it. Even if she wasn't friends with them, she was there for them. And she just got into some wrong stuff.
It's not a pretty sight. I stood in there in the hospital with my two sons and Katana's mother, and she said she wasn't trying to be mean, but look at what happens. Like, to watch somebody lay there like that hoping they're going to come back is a hard thing.
Methadone is often used to treat opiate addictions. Family members say McDonald never had a prescription for methadone, but bought it on the streets, something Schofield says is a growing problem.
I could walk out to the store and I could go somewhere and talk to someone and I could get it that easy.
Yesterday, Schofield and one of his friends started a Facebook group to raise awareness about methadone and the drug problem in the valley. In just 24 hours, the site has attracted nearly 5,000 members.
We are hoping just to get people to realize, and the pharmacies to realize, that they need to stop letting them take it home with them and make them take it in front of them and then give them the bottles and all that so they can't just take it home and end up getting high off it or selling it to get high off the drugs that they want.
Schofield's mother says she's proud of her son for taking a stand, but is often fearful for the safety of her own kids.
I'm scared I'm going to get a call about one of my own children. Like, if they're going to slip it into somebody's drink, one of my kids or one of my friends' kids. Like, nobody should have to watch their kids suffer like that and say, pull the plug. They shouldn't have to.
Family members are hoping for charges in Katana's death. RCMP say they are still in the early stages of their investigation. So far, no charges have been laid.
We ain't going to stop until this is dealt with. Through hell and high water, we're going to make sure this is done with.
Natasha Pace, Global News, Wellsford, Nova Scotia.
Eric Schofield isn't the first person to tackle the prescription drug problem in the Annapolis Valley. Amy Graves lost her brother Josh to a lethal mix of alcohol and Dilaudid last year. RCMP originally ruled his death an accident, but this past spring, police apologized to Graves and her family for mishandling the investigation and laid charges in connection with his death. Despite the charges, Graves continues to fight the prescription drug problem in her hometown. A 24